Hey, you haven't seen me in this format before. Usually I'm in person on this thing, but now I'm on my computer cuz we're doing movie reviews cuz I have some stuff to say with no one to listen, so I'm just going to put it on here so that my thoughts don't have to stay in here, even though they probably should. I also Another reason is I don't like rewatching movies. That's like my least favorite thing to do. I could be spending that time watching a new movie or doing something else or whatever, but every so often I just get the urge to watch a movie again. For example, today, this one, um, I had the urge to watch it, and I was like, I, I would rather not, but I want to know what happens. I want to know which one I like better. So, I watched the Aladdin movies. I watched the 1992 one and the 2019 one, and um, I just got some stuff to say. I would rather watch like a 5 minute video of me just like saying a bunch of shit about a movie. I I'd rather watch like a 5 minute video of me rambling about a movie rather than watch a whole like hour and a half of it again. And then spend that time watching a different movie. Because all I really want to know is like my opinion on it when I watch a movie, and then like how good it is. If it's a work of art, which in future reviews I will get into those works of art, and those will be much longer videos. Um, I'm okay with watching those multiple times. I I don't care. This is not one of them. Not saying it's not a good movie. Just saying wouldn't watch it all the time. Should I start off with original or? Oh yeah, I forgot. There are gonna be spoilers everywhere. I'm not talking about something in general. If you don't, I'm just saying there's spoilers. There is spoilers. There's going to be. I'm gonna have no filter. I'm gonna talk about. The spoilers are gonna be everywhere. So it's not just like a certain section. There's gonna be spoilers everywhere. Where should I start? It's like the original Aladdin movie. You know, that's a bad start. I'm not good at this. So in the original, Aladdin's this poor dude, and he meets the princess, unknowingly in the town, and then he like falls in love with her, um, and then he like you know, uh, he meets up again with her, finds out she's the princess, and then once that happens, he gets kidnapped by the movie's main villain, Jafar. Um, Jafar's a whole nother thing I'm going to talk about. But basically, he gets taken to this cave of wonders. It's like this big tiger cave that has a magic lamp in it, and Jafar wants it so he can be all powerful. But Aladdin has no idea. He goes in this cave, gets the lamp, rubs it unknowingly. Before he gives it, oh no, it's after. Sorry, after he gives it to Jafar, he takes it back, rubs it unknowingly. Genie pops out, all that shit. He wants to be a prince so he can go to the princess. Does that. It starts getting to his head because he's poor, and now he doesn't want to let go of his royalty. Um, and then he also promises the genie that he will set him free. But because this stuff is getting to his head, he no longer wants to do that. He wants to spend his last wish on something else, because you can only free a genie by you wasting a wish on it. Not wasting. That's a bad word. Then Jafar tries to kill him because he realizes that the prince that just showed up to his palace is actually the boy that he sent to go get the lamp for him. And then he spends another wish to become alive, like not be killed. Um, and then at that point, Jafar is like, "Oh God, I'm caught." And this is the same for the original and the live action, so I'm not like there's not that much of a different story. Um, then where it veers off is after that. Both movies have Jafar get the lamp and wish to become Sultan, which was his whole thing. He also wishes to be the most powerful sorcerer in the world. That's the same in the original and live action. Um, and then he banishes Aladdin to the farthest ends of the earth. This is where it changes. Aladdin fights Jafar, and the fight is different because in the live action, he literally just talks to Jafar, and Jafar just is like, okay, I'm gonna become the most powerful being in the universe, and then the genie like turns him into a genie, and then he's stuck as a genie and can't be free until he's wished free, and then that's the end of the movie. The original is more entertaining. He fights Aladdin like an actual battle, and then afterwards Aladdin talks to him a little bit, and then same thing happens. I wish to be an all-powerful genie. All that. So that's the recap. In both, so something that I noticed was that both topics, or the topics in the movies, are the same as, like the original. Like the live action has the same topics, sometimes even the same lines as the original. And I thought that was cool, cause, my whole thing was like, which movie's better, the original or the live action? But they're both good in their own regards. The live action takes a lot from the original, but then expands on it. For example, Jasmine's whole character is that she's like, she wants to be independent. She wants to be Sultan by herself. She doesn't want to have to marry a prince to be queen. She wants to be the ruler so she can make the rules because she thinks she knows what's best for her country, which she probably does because the other option's Jafar, and that we saw how that went down. But yeah, in the original, that's touched on a bit because it's only an hour and 30 minutes. The other one's like 2 hours and 10, so they got like an extra 40 minutes to expand on the characters, which they do. They spend that whole 40 minutes expanding on characters, which is good for me. I liked it because like they added a whole new song to Jasmine. Yeah, they added a whole new song to Jasmine. It was a pretty good song. Just to like, bump up her character. And they do this with every character. I'm just using Jasmine as an example. Like they do that to Aladdin too. Like, but they keep all the topics that he had from the original movie. And aspects of his character and all that. So then that got me thinking that the original must be special, because if the live action is expanding on almost every single thing, or actually every single thing that the original had to offer, and not really adding new stuff, that original is special and it is a good movie. I think it's a good movie. Some other things I like. The songs I thought were a lot better in the live action. Because again, it's like the character thing. Like they had all this time to like perfect the songs, and they did. And they did. And some people think I'm weird for listening to games listening to songs that are in video games, listening to songs that are in anime or movies. But I'll tell you, I will be going down the hallway like, oh, I can show you the world. Or I'll be like driving down, or better yet, I'll be driving down the road going, Prince Ali, fabulous, Ali Ababa. Yeah, I like the songs. Thing else I like was the expansion on the side characters, because they didn't just expand on the main characters, they also expanded on the side characters. They added a whole new guy that I liked, Hakeem. He was like the main guard. And he was like the main reason in the live action that everyone didn't get brainwashed by Jafar. They were like, you know what? You're right. Even if the books say that Jafar's Sultan, our Sultan's my Sultan. So overall, like the time of it, like the live action being longer, was made to flesh out the characters more and the topics, and even the songs. Um, but how would a kid like it? Because it's a kid's movie. I think a kid would like the original a whole lot more, just because it's like a lot more entertaining for a kid. Because like I'm in the middle. I'm 19 right now, so I got like kid and adult in me, which is why I like both. Because I think that an adult would like some stuff from the original, but much prefer the live action, while a kid, I think, would get bored as hell watching the live action, because it's a lot of talking. Not really a lot of anything else until the end shows up, but as I'm gonna get into, the end is kind of underwhelming in the live action. I think if you want your kid to watch this, you should definitely watch the original, because it's a lot. It's a lot more entertaining for them, I think. Something to watch out for though is on Disney. I didn't even know about this until I watched this movie. They have a stereotype warning. It's like in the beginning of certain movies, specifically like Peter Pan. This one, I forget the other ones, but apparently Peter Pan's really bad on like its stereotypes and racism and stuff. This one had like sexualization of women, racism. I didn't really notice it. I wasn't really paying attention to notice it. Which I guess just watch out for that before showing your kid the original Aladdin. If you don't want them seeing that, if you don't really care, then, or you don't think they'll notice, then go right ahead. But if you want to stay on the safe side, live action. That is nothing. That's all good. That's family friendly. The sexualization of women, women, on the other hand, I do see that. I saw that very well. There are a few dancers. They're just like, they're dressed exotically, if that's the right word. But that's not the worst of it. There was this one scene towards the end of the movie. This one was weird. Where Jasmine is trying to distract Jafar, so that Aladdin can take the lamp. But she does it really seductively for a kids movie. For an adult, I think it's funny, cause like if you listen in the background to what she's saying to Jafar, she's like trying to compliment him, but she knows that there's not much to compliment. So at one point she's like, "I love the gaps in your teeth." But yeah, she was way too seductive for a kids movie. Like that was, I was stunned at that. I was like, "How is this allowed?" So just watch for the sexualization and then racism. Just watch for that before showing your kid the original, or watching the original yourself if you're sensitive to that. One of the biggest things that I did not like, and I much prefer the original over the live action, is Jafar. I think Jafar was amazing as a villain in the original. He in the live action, he's literally he's like a toddler who didn't get his way. And he's whining about it the whole movie. While in the original, he's like just this fucking psychotic dude who yearns for power. Like, sure, everything is a psychotic dude who yearns for power, but that's Jafar. That's who Jafar is. But then you turn him into this like whiny crybaby who is honestly a dumbass. Like Jafar in the original was like kind of a dumbass, but not really. But then in the live action, he gets really dumb, and he gets like really childish, and that's just that's not Jafar. That's not entertaining. I don't like him. That's also why the ending is weak. I didn't even touch on that yet. The ending is weak because of Jafar. He is the entire reason why I don't like the ending of the live action, because he is weak in that. He's just like, oh yeah, you're right. The thing you just said, that doesn't sound like you're trying to trick me at all. Oh, I want to become the most powerful thing in the universe. And then there's no action. There's zero action. There's not really a whole lot of action in the live action, despite the action part. Jafar was the whole reason there was action in the original. He was the one doing all the shit. I'm sorry. I really didn't like Jafar in the live action. He was like the weakest character. Even though he's supposed to be one of the big ones, he's supposed to be the villain, but he's kind of just a crybaby. Last thing is like the comedy in the movies. In the original, it's obviously like cartoony and stuff because it's geared towards kids, but the stuff that is in there for adults is actually kind of hilarious. However, in the live action, there's a lot more awkward funny. It's a lot more adult and possibly kid funny, but overall, I don't know. A live action feels more geared towards adults. Overall, I'm just gonna give them like a quick ranking, real quick. I did end up liking the live action better than the original, even though more often than not, I'm a sucker for originals. But I actually like the live action better. Let's do a solid 7 on the original and a 7.4 on the live action. Yeah. Because the live action was pretty good, except for Jafar. Please, for the love of God, change Jafar. Please, remake the movie and make him the same as he was in the original. Please.